Hi and welcome to the Hobby Maker Hub. My name is Lisa and today's project we're doing a Father's Day bottle holder, whether that be wine or beer. Hope you join in. So the first thing you need to do is pick a napkin that you want to cover your project in. Now mine's for Father's Day and my father loves fishing, so I chose these colourful little fish. And the first thing you need to do with your napkin is to remove everything but the front ply. So depending on what napkin you're using will depend on how many pieces of tissue sit behind it. So just double check that, because you do not want the front peeling off once you've stuck it down. So this is 3 ply and I am removing 2. So that's 1, 2 and 3 pieces. So I'm just taking off the front and setting that aside. You can use that for something else, another project. So I'm going to be covering the whole of the front of this wine holder in this fishy napkin, and it's so simple. All you need to do is cover just lightly at first the front of your project. I'm using Mod Podge, but there are specialist napkin glues out there which we'll list for you. You don't want to apply too much glue because you don't want it to rip the napkin, be so wet that it rips the napkin. You just need to make sure it's completely covered so that the napkin can just adhere nicely to it without it being too wet to rip. And you are simply then going to place the tissue. If your napkin has a direction, then obviously find it and put it the right way up. But these fish are upside down and left and right, so it doesn't really matter. So you want to pat that down. You don't want to rub it, you want to pat it so that the adherence to the piece of wood happens. And then you want to get back in with your Mod Podge or your specialist glue. And you want to put another thin coat all on the top there. And this will seal the napkin to the wood. Again, you're not soaking it, you're just making sure that the napkin has adhered to the wood and that you've got a light covering on top which will seal it and make it hardy. Especially around the edges here where we've got the holes for the bottles and along the edges of the shape itself. And then we need to set that aside to dry. If you find that your tissue is much larger than your project, you can just simply trim it down, and you can trim it as close to the edge as you want to, or you can use this technique that I'm just about to show you on mine, because it saves a lot of sanding, gets the edges as neatly and close as they can without too much work, and saves a lot of time. So I am literally just trimming it to about 1 centimetre all the way around. It doesn't have to be neat and tidy, because what we are going to do is burn the edges. So just using your lighter, cooker lighter, and watch the magic. It burns exactly to the edge of your project, all the way around. If it goes out, restart it. Give it a wipe to get any of the excess paper that's stuck. And then we can do the same. It's really useful because obviously here we have a heart cut out and we've got the 2 circles. So you can remove some of the paper in the middle. Really kind of rudimentary. You could even just tear it off. That's it. and then do exactly the same thing. And that will burn in a perfect circle all the way around the inside. Hey presto. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use Salty Ocean and just blue up the edges. Just gently blending the colour in on the edge. Finish it off a little bit. Soften up the edges. Don't forget the inside of your heart. Obviously these can be personalised if you wanted to add someone's name onto them, or a family, you know, a surname onto the thing, because it's a lovely piece of home decor that someone will be proud to keep in their kitchen, I'm sure. The last step is to make the edges, the raw edges, look a bit prettier. So I simply do that by using, on this occasion, a silver gilding wax. Again, using my finger or a tool if you prefer, and just taking a little bit of that wax and rubbing it down the edge of the project. Gives it a nice finished look. Here we have it.